kind of. What is going on, everybody? Today is a special episode of Seahawks Coast to Coast. I am your host. We are your hosts, Joe Stevens and Zach from ZachTalksHawks. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm super hyped. I'm ready to go. We have an awesome show lined up. And, really pumped for Super Bowl week. Let's go.
Okay, let's start the show how we started not last week's, but 2 weeks ago. 1 to 10 excitement, 1 to 10 nervousness. Where are you at right now?
Yeah, I would say, hey, Hubka, let's go. He's from my Wednesday night iRacing league. We were just talking about iRacing before we went live. Good to see you, Chris.
Yeah, you the mother effer that's crashing him out. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So, probably like 10 excited, probably 8 nervous at this point. Like, it's kind of, the script's kind of flipped a little bit for me. Like, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Like, we're hitting our stride, obviously, for the first time in the show's history. I'm wearing a freaking jersey here on the show. So,
dude, let's show off our JSN jerseys, dude.
The hype is real. Hubka being smart. Like, this is such an awesome time, and to watch the guys go out on media day, like, now it's real. Now we can
Ham Darnold, Guillermo giving Sam Darnold a ham to put on his head. I thought that was pretty sick. I'll tell you what, my script is completely flipped from the Rams and 49ers game. I think I asked you both times. I think I started with how nervous and excited are you? Excitement, honest to God, it's like a 12 right now. I'm so excited. It didn't feel real for some reason until yesterday. Yesterday is when the local radio station is at Radio Row finally at the Super Bowl, and you're just hearing everybody there and you're seeing the guys there, and I'm like, oh shit, this is real. So nervousness is really like a 5, because I think I told you before, the difference between winning the Super Bowl and losing the Super Bowl is, if you lose, it sucks, but you don't get a parade and you don't get a trophy. But there's nothing after this, regardless, whether we win or lose. Next Tuesday, we're going to be talking about, the offensive coordinator search. If we win, we're probably going to spend most of the time talking about the game. Let's be honest. But I don't know. There's nothing after this other than I took Wednesday off for the parade already. Not because I'm that confident we're going to win. I just took it off because I was like, oh, okay, if there's a parade, I'm not missing this.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm a little bit nervous. I think I was like a 1 nervousness until Monday when I realized, oh shit, we're actually here.
Yeah. So. Well, I'm real pumped. I'm excited. It does feel a lot more real now that we're actually here. Who would have thought Sam Darnold would lead this team to Super Bowl appearance? Not us.
Not the Jets.
But it's been it's just been an awesome ride. We've talked about it here on the show in the playoffs, getting to the place where, like, man, I just want some time to, like, appreciate just how good this season has been.
Oh, it's a success. It's a success that we made it to the NFC Championship game. I think if we would have won a wild card game and lost the divisional round, that would have also been a success. But we didn't even play the wild card game. Who'd have thunk we'd have got not only won the NFC West, but the number 1 seed? It's a success.
Yeah. and I've enjoyed this week off because of that's kind of been like the time that I've craved here during this playoff run, where I'm like, can we just like pump the brakes on everything and just be appreciative of just how far this team has come and surprised people, and felt like we had that chance to breathe. Now we're in Super Bowl week. Now we get the chance to like hype the train up and go play a freaking football game. So awesome. Just super, super excited. So
I was talking to a friend this morning, and I was telling him just how bittersweet this is, just because, like, you know, if we win, you know, it's amazing, but still it's over. Like, it's over after this weekend. This season, this group of guys will never be back together again. Like, maybe Dirty leaves. Obviously, Kubiak's leaving. Reek Woolen's probably not going to be back. Boye Mafe, who knows? Kenneth Walker, who knows? So, like, it's just super bittersweet because we've grown to love this team throughout the year. I think if we can go back to the week before week one, I don't think anybody was expecting this, but it's been fun, and we've been here every week, and mostly every week you and I have been talking about wins. I mean, there's been three times this season that we've sat here talking about losses. So I think we're pretty blessed, to be honest, for that, because the year before was not as fun. There was a little bit more to talk about, I think, 2 years ago or last season, but yeah, I don't know. It's bittersweet because it's going to be over, but I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more.
No, I totally agree, and want to do like a quick shameless plug, and then we can get going on our rundown. So, like, if you like this awesome custom made,
dude, I love it,
hype chain, which I have to be careful about how I advertise this, but I raced with a buddy, and he knows how to fulfill specific requests without advertising how to skirt around.
He ain't gonna get caught. Don't worry.
Well. Yeah, I mean, if you were part of our Discord today, it did kind of come out like, hey, you can't advertise. Like, Etsy went and got him and told him, like, you need to, like, the NFL came knocking, and
they ain't gonna knock here. I promise.
Well, they ain't knocking here. I mean, I got it. What are they gonna bust down my door and come? No, shut up. But just in case anybody might want to procure such like awesome custom requests that may or may not have to do with certain sports teams, Fabric 83D on Etsy. He just opened his Etsy shop, and I know his name's Cliff. He's pouring like a lot of time into this. He's obviously very talented at it. Pretty like awesome, down to earth dude. I'm gonna post his shop link in the comments on. I think they'll show up on both of our videos, but I know they'll show up at least on mine. It's also in the description of my video as well. So anybody wants to go.
What is it? Fabric 83D?
Yeah, the link I just posted in the chat. So anybody want to go and support my boy Cliff? He's a good dude. So we've had a pretty awesome relationship throughout the years on iRacing, and pretty pumped for what Cliff's getting into.
Yeah, for sure. And that's tight. I don't know how much he's selling those for. Do you know off the top of your head?
Oh, I have his shop pulled up.
I can't find it.
The quote custom hype chain is $19. But if you just
my god.
If you just want the chain,
Fabric 83D, you need to up that because they're selling these outside the stadium for $50. Yeah. I swear to God, I'm not making that up.
He's just starting, so but man, I'd want nothing more for people to look at this and give Cliff more business than what he can handle. So right now he's like trying to figure out how to go about selling it without getting in trouble, and so I think he has a workaround for it.
Yeah, cash only, guys.
So
I'm just kidding.
Pump for Cliff. I wanted to show it off here on the show.
Yeah,
in future shows, it'll be hanging up here. So, but yeah, Pastor Zach really doesn't walk around with a chain all too often.
Why not?
So
I'm scared you won't.
Not that kind of guy. But figured, what better week to do it than here?
Yeah. Hey, no free shout outs. He donated to you. No free shout outs. Remember that Fabric 83D?
Oh yeah. Go flood his business. He's a good dude. So anyway.
I need to get off my phone while doing this because I'm looking for him because I'm gonna buy one tonight. I promise. So anyways, now that that's out of the way, go find Fabric 83D on Etsy. Yeah. Anyways, we're here. This
ready
is
to
the
go.
moment.
Want to get into Seahawks news?
I guess, yeah, a little bit. I mean, Seahawks news, Super Bowl preview. It's kind of going to be a cluster today because with the season being where it is, it's not like even the playoffs where we can kind of go down the list. I think the injury news was pretty meh, right? Other than the backup left tackle, Amari Knight, is placed on IR. And obviously you'll have more pulled up, but Chaz Saran is pulled up off IR. Now, I want to know, what do you think about these?
Go
ahead. You unpatriotic bastard. Go ahead. Tell me what you think about these.
How dare you? I told you that in confidence over Twitter by posting my opinion to the world. Listen, I am as patriotic as the next person. I love America. However,
you sure about that?
However, look, I love symmetry, and I love the notion of having the 50th anniversary patch on one side, and the Super Bowl patch directly on the other side. And that USA patch could have been something you put on the helmet. And
I don't know, dude. I think the USA patch is sick, but I'm just pretty patriotic compared to you, I guess.
It doesn't make a ton of sense. And the worst, where are you going to put a captain's patch?
I don't think they need one. I don't think they're going to patch the captains over this week. Dumb. No, I don't think so. I'd rather have the USA patch than the captain's patch, that's for sure. Because guess what? I love America, and it seems like you don't.
I do love the gloves. I think the gloves are sick.
The gloves are sick. I got to show you one day. I have them back here somewhere. I won in a raffle at a Seahawks preseason game one time. The gloves that you put together. Yeah.
That's awesome.
2012, actually. They're like worth a lot of money because I looked it up and like they're actually hard to find because it was like a 1 year only thing from Nike. So anyways, yeah, the gloves are sick. The patch is sick. Don't care what you say. If it wasn't our 50th anniversary, we wouldn't be having this problem.
No, we wouldn't, but we are. So it is a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm not a fan of the Super Bowl patch this year, to be honest with you. It's like, here, I freaking have it, dude. It's kind of girly. It's pretty girly.
I mean, that's not even in the right spot. It needs to be in the gray.
I guess because he has a USA. Actually, no. It needs to be on. No, I'm right.
Yeah, you're right.
Idiot.
You're right.
I'm right. It's on the right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too far.
Okay. To be fair, I was at the pro shop this weekend. I know everybody's talking shit about Fanatics. They were all in about the same spot. Okay. Also, don't know if you heard Pro Image Sports got broken into on.
I saw that on your feed.
Yeah, me and my wife were there on Saturday night, and it got broke into Saturday night. So that sucks. I buy a lot, especially during baseball season. I buy a lot of hats there. And that's a really cool store. The manager there is super nice. Actually, everybody that works there is super nice. So, yeah, I don't know. Price of the Seahawks being good, I guess, huh?
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those deals you hope that out of bad news, people come back and support them even more. It sounds like it's good people and they don't deserve that crap. So,
yeah, I mean, it is a chain because it's a pro image sports, right? But I don't know how it's like owned or whatever. I don't know. Like,
it's still like is disruptive to the people who are there. Like,
no shit.
Yeah, you want to do right by the people who are putting in the time.
I watched that video, and like once again, I talked about this last week. How like the Fairweather fans piss me off, dude. The Fairweather robberies also piss me off because I'm like, dude, you wouldn't be robbing this shit last year.
You don't even love America if you're robbing stores. We're all about capitalism. You got to go in there with your hard-earned money, and
they don't love America. They're Fairweather robbers. They Fairweather rob. You have no idea. I wish you were here. I say this like because I almost brought it up, like you understood, but there are so many corner pop-up shops right now in like gas stations, just like 30 miles south of Seattle, like where I live, just selling Seahawk shit in a tent. And I'm like,
the American dream,
dude, living the American dream. A lot of it's unlicensed. Those are the ones that I like, to be honest, because I don't know, kind of cool supporting those guys, like your guy on Etsy, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have a picture of it, but what'd you think of Ham Darnold today?
Guillermo is very.
What's up, DJ LaFrost?
Hey, DJ LaFrost. Guillermo makes his annual Super Bowl appearances, and I can't ever
figure him out.
You can't ever anticipate what he's going to do. So, putting a ham on Sam Darnold's heads, I guess, is great. The interaction I have loved the most out of Media Day, however, has been the Marlboro Man painting.
I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh, I gotta pull it up right now.
Hey Jamie, pull this up.
Yeah. Yes. But it's so you want to enlighten the audience about Sam Darnold and his connection with the Marlboro Man?
Yeah. So Sam's, by the way, I figured this out this offseason because a USC analyst comes on KJR once a week. A guy from LA. He played for USC. His name's Petros. And he was talking about Sam's family and like how his mom was a volleyball player at USC and like his dad did track and field at USC or something. And his grandpa, Dick Hammer, was one of the original Marlboro men. Marlboro Man.
You and my wife, dude. Oh my gosh. She struggles the same way. That's great.
That's the only, and that's funny because that's the only cigarettes I smoke are Marlboro Reds.
Oh, there you go.
But can't pronounce it. Worth a shit, I guess. You ever been to a bar with a cigarette vending machine?
I have. Not that I've partaken in such activities, but yeah, I've been there in the room and seen the machine. But yeah,
I used to go to the Yellow Beacon Eat 'em Claw, get a pack of Marlboro Reds from the vending machine when I like right before me and my wife started dating. It was sick. What is going on?
I have shared the wrong screen. Man, I'm all kinds of flustered. Okay.
I was kind of looking at it. Below, but I was like, oh, whatever. Can you play it? Will it have sound?
Oh, no, it's just so what has happened is I can't even like zoom in on the image, I don't think. But so somebody gave Sam Darnold a portrait of the Marlboro Man, who was Seahawks quarterback. That's his grandpa, Dick Hammer. Except this particular portrait has Sam Darnold's face superimposed under the cowboy hat behind the cigarette.
Yeah.
So like,
I almost bought a T-shirt with that, but it was from what did it say? It was like Marlboro's old slogan or something. It was like choose the best or something like that. And it was that photo. And but it was like some sketchy. It was like your card will be billed as so and so in California. It is us, just like, and I was like, nah, dude, this is sketchy. And it's gonna take like 3 months to get here. But that is sick.
Yeah. So
what if you just lit one up during the press conference?
Well, it's really neat to watch Sam kind of get his flowers, and
they need to make that a cornhole board. Kind of looks like one. That would be a sick cornhole board. What's up, Marcella? Redoing U1U?
Yeah, good to have y'all here.
Yeah,
it's good to see.
I get to keep this.
Yeah,
that's sick.
So that's my bit of news. I don't have like fancy nice screenshots that go right over our thing. I just dominate the screen with screen shares from the wrong window. So
damn you. No, I'm kidding. That's pretty sick. I'm just gonna go through these. I don't really know, to be completely honest. Actually, screw that.
Oh, he did it again. He started off the lights. We can
you guys. That was your fault, by the way. You distracted me. What are you guys talking about? We're talking about Sam Darnold, the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. It's kind of what this show is about. Is the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So,
and his grandpa used to be a Marlboro man.
And his grandpa's name is Dick Hammer. Richard Hammer, I believe.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's get into the Super Bowl preview a little bit before we do headlines, because I kind of like to, I don't know, it's up to you. I like leaving headlines for last.
Okay, sure.
Let's get into it. I think the Patriots have a pretty good defense. I think they're going to be able to stuff the run pretty well up the middle. But that's why I think we have the right back that's not hurt. That's going to be able to stretch the outside zone run rather than the inside zone. And it's going to be an interesting matchup between JSN and Christian Gonzalez offensively. What do you want to see?
Yeah, I mean, K9 did a pretty good job in the NFC Championship of not just automatically bouncing it out to the outside every single time he touches the football. And he has to be that running back again. I know we've talked about how, in terms of his like development and form as a runner, he kind of hasn't needed to like work on that, because Charbonnet's been the guy that it does that kind of work, and K9 can kind of just go be the home run hitter, and you can't do that anymore. So I understand in terms of schematics, like having the guy that can bounce it out against this defense is good, but if every run turns into that, you're not going to be effective. So he's got to stay dedicated and committed to the run lanes as they open up. This offensive line has done really, really well on the inside, opening up run lanes, which I can't believe we're at the point where we're saying that now, because that was not the case with this team not too long ago.
And they run it to the right side behind number 75 a lot. Yeah. And I've questioned that kind of all year, just like I've questioned Sam rolling out to the left. So, yeah.
It's so I do want to see that commitment from K9 to really say, okay, like I got to do both and just stick with it. Like this, they are built to just kind of grind a team to a pulp on that side of the football specifically, and then trust the defense. Like, I don't think you're going to run into the problems that you had in the NFC Championship game. Historically, McDonald is so good against young quarterbacks who are facing him for the first time. They are abysmal in these kinds of matchups. It takes a while to get used to what this team looks like defensively. I think May's going to struggle.
He struggled. That's another thing is everybody's been talking. Sorry to cut you off, but everybody's been talking about Sam giving the ball away. I think they forgot. Not only that, I just think they haven't watched. Like, did you watch Drake May in the postseason? Did you? Because I did. Not very closely, but every time I watch him, it seemed like he was, coughing the ball up when he was getting sacked. So.
Yeah. And on the flip side, Sam's done 0 turnovers and this postseason. Now I know it's one less game, but at the end of the day, the thing that everybody was afraid of so far is not an issue. So kind of like this is gonna. I don't want it to be like a slight on Sam, but I want to just draw out the comparison a little bit. Like Joe Flacco during the regular season historically played a brand of football, but Joe Flacco historically in the playoffs, like you get that boy in the playoffs and he knows how to tune it in. And I
think Darnold's regular season production is a little bit better than Flacco's.
What I'm saying is like the ability to sharpen the things that everybody thinks is a habit, but to play crisp, clean football in the playoffs, that's a trait that Joe Flacco for years has been tabled as in terms of a postseason player. I think Sam's got a little bit of that in him where, hey, the problems that we thought was going to happen with him, they're not a thing right now. Now, hopefully,
could it change?
It's not a problem in the Super Bowl, but so far, he's really dialed it in.
Yeah. Can kind of sidetrack really quick. I know you are wacko for Flacco. How'd you feel about him making the Pro Bowl for the first time?
Just deserved.
Dude,
just deserved.
2 Browns quarterbacks making the Pro Bowl.
I know. And they fired their coach. It was a shame.
And they kept their GM. I mean, I guess their GM goes, hey, I had 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks on the roster last year. You tell me another team that had 2 on the same roster.
Well, yeah, it's Pro Bowl's a joke. And but I'm glad that Joe Flacco,
by the way,
has made a Pro Bowl.
That's going on right now.
I have not cared.
No, I looked for it Sunday because I was kind of bored at home. You know, I think Saturday we went to my wife took me to the pro shop. Thanks, honey. She's like, she was gonna get me she gets me a jersey for Christmas every year. And I was like, our daughter was born the day after Christmas, you know, and we were kind of just like taking it easy on Christmas presents. And I'm like, let's just wait. And then I finally cashed in my free jersey coupon to her, right? Because she owed me for Christmas. I'm like, this is what I want. I want a Super Bowl patch jersey. And she's like, okay, let's go to the stadium. So we went there. But yeah, Sunday I was just kind of chilling at home, I think, if I remember right. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna look for the Pro Bowl. And it wasn't on. I had to Google it to find out that it's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah. It's fallen off a cliff. And it's kind of one of those deals where,
dude, I remember watching it in 2011 with my dad. So it was in between Super Bowl weeks still. And I remember that was the first time I watched a game and just was like, why are we watching this? Me and my dad, it was like right before he got sick. And we were watching it, and you just watch the offensive lineman just stand up and the defensive lineman just stand up too. And we're like, dude, this sucks. But yeah, I mean, it's gotten worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And worse.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
should have made it. So.
Back to the game. Yeah, I got a notification on my phone that the AFC scored like 28 on. Dude, the game's. I literally just got this. If we wanted to, now I'm just saying, I'm not going to, but if we wanted to stream this and just like illegally stream it on our YouTube channels, This is the one NFL game we might actually be able to get away with it without getting copyrighted. But no, the game's tied 52-52 heading into the fourth quarter. So it's a nail biter.
Dang.
Stiff defense, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the game. I'm sorry for sidetracking you. I screenshotted a comment on my channel last night. They watched our video from last week, and they were watching it last night. And he said, Seagulls defense is totally overrated. Gave up 24 points to the Rams. Seagulls won't be able to run against New England. Darnold will have to have the greatest game of his career to win this. I'll take New England and the points. Have you watched the Seahawks? Like, I guess not. And I think this is kind of one of those classic East Coast, West Coast, like, bias. Because to be honest, I haven't watched the Patriots much either. I could thank you, Pooh. I almost said Pooh Dog. Thank you, Poe Dog. One. I haven't watched the Patriots much either, but I watch them in the playoffs, and I watch them get very lucky in the playoffs quite a few times with having to play CJ Stroud. But if you watch the Seahawks defense all season, they've meant business like all season long. Other than the Tampa Bay game, we'll take that out. Can you name one game where the defense, you're like, God, they really let us down?
Not really. Like early on in the year, that loss to the Bucks, you kind of were like,
yeah, the Tampa Bay
game. Yeah. But like even then, like Tampa Bay was, people look at that and they're like, well, you gave up all those points to Tampa Bay, and then
they were good.
You forget, like Baker Mayfield was the MVP front runner at that point. Like everybody was healthy on that team, and both teams were so different back then. And then you look at the rest of the body of work and you go, well, not really. Like there's no other glaring place where this defense really just didn't show up. You look at the Rams game, and I think if that fourth down stop like doesn't happen, then maybe you have an argument. Like, man, they just really struggled against.
Mullen doesn't get that 15-yard penalty.
Yeah. So you live in the what if world, right? At the end of the day, you have the body of work that's in front of you, and this defense has just been out of their minds all year long. And I just don't think it's going to be. I don't want to sound like the homer, but
no, do it. Last game of the year, Zach.
You're like, rip the Band-Aid off, dude. Come on, come to the dark side. This game is only close if Seattle's their own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. Like, it won't be close because the Patriots are better. It won't. They're not.
You mean it won't be close because the Patriots are?
With
the Seahawks.
There is a gap, but Seattle is absolutely prone to being their own worst enemy, and it could be a close game down the stretch. And they got to rely on that crazy heart-stopping voodoo Seattle Seahawks magic to wind up winning. Like that's probably what's going to wind up happening. But I definitely wouldn't be surprised if this team just clicked on all cylinders and just took the points and bulldozed them. And they are a very good, complete team from top to bottom.
Yeah, and we thought the weakness was quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And I think do we still think that?
No.
Yeah.
No. Not after the Rams game.
No.
Not after the Rams game.
And really most of the season, let's be honest. I mean, he did lead the league in interceptions, but he was middle of the league in turnover-worthy plays. I think a lot of that was unlucky.
Well, so did Peyton Manning,
Yeah.
So did you look at the gunslingers, and crazy. We're talking about the grandson of a Marlboro man. Maybe gunslinger could be like his mantra. He brings back the gunslinger.
Dude, I hope
prototype
he smokes, dude. I hope he starts smoking after this.
And like, I think everybody is so scared that Well, he throws a bunch of interceptions. Well, not too long ago, like if you were winning games and had stats to like back it up and you threw down the field as a quarterback, that was really good in the NFL. And now it's this screen play, punk and dunk all the way down the field.
Well, there was that year that Aaron Rodgers threw like 40 touchdowns, 6 picks, right?
Yeah.
And then let's not lie, we were used to Russ not throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of it. But we saw Hasselbeck throw a lot of interceptions for a long time, and he wasn't Brett Favre out there. He wasn't gunslinging it like Favre, but it's do we want him? It's a little late now because we literally have one game left. But what I'd ask is, do we want to take away the big plays that he's had all season and take away the interceptions too? Because look at all the huge plays he had, the tight throws he's made. Just obviously recently, one that kind of pops out in my mind is that play where JSN just got absolutely clobbered right down the middle of the field in the second quarter. I don't know if Russell makes that throw. So,
I think bringing back that idea of, you know what, man, it's all right to go out there and sling it. And if it winds up being a turnover because you're trying to make an explosive play, like, don't worry, we have one of, if not the best defense in the NFL. Like,
no, it's the best defense in the NFL.
Go out there and sling it. And yeah, I grow fatigued over this interception talk because it's obviously not a bad enough thing to keep them out of the Super Bowl. So
yeah, look where we are, right? Yeah, I don't know. Really, the only game where the interceptions really pissed me off was the Rams game, the first Rams game, obviously, and I think you can attest to that. I mean, that was ridiculous. But yeah, no, everybody brings up the Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. That was like what, his rookie year, his second year. He's like he's a veteran quarterback now who's been through a lot, and he's came out on top. How's it going? Thanks for coming in. But yeah, let's get to the special teams. I guess I think I'm gonna, like you said, I am usually the homer of the show, but really we have a better offense, we have a better defense, and a better special teams than the New England Patriots. And let's just take a moment to praise John Schneider for that Rashid Shaheed trade. Again, I think we've done it a few times now. But I think he should be back next year. I think that should be one of their top priorities, is re-signing him. And wouldn't it be awesome if he did a Percy Harvin in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I've thought about that this past week. It'd be, I would definitely like that part of our history to repeat itself. I am a bit afraid that Clint Kubiak leaving means Shaheed will leave. So
we'll get into that.
We'll see.
That's in the news. That's in the headlines. Yeah, and then I guess let's just switch over to our defense really quick. Our defense means business. I get that the Rams put 27 points up against us, but it really should have been 20. Let's be honest. Their punt team was on the field. Their punt team was on the field before they scored that 27th point, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I trust in our defense a lot. One thing I do you want to say anything about our defense that hasn't been said all season? Because I think it's kind
of. I tell you what, just in terms of like thinking about the defense now that they're in the Super Bowl, like, I think of three guys: Julian Love, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Big Cat, Leonard Williams. to have the chance to give those guys a Super Bowl. That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have meant so much to the development of the youth on this team, and not nobody in the world was picking Seattle to do what they're doing, and they have stuck around, or in the case of Lawrence, like he chose this. And
do you see that interview where he said, I knew I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl with Dallas? And I know that was a long time ago, but look who's laughing now.
Yeah. And man, like those three guys on that side of the ball, like how cool would it be to finish this off and to really put a stamp on those careers? Like so cool.
Yeah. And they're not done.
Yeah.
They're definitely not done. Now, Shaq Griffin, on the other hand, getting him a ring, it's priority number one if he still is on the team, which
he's at media day.
Sick.
Yeah.
Answered my question pretty quick. I had no idea, dude.
I saw that about half an hour before the show started, so that's how I know.
Were you like, oh shit, he's still on the
team? I was like, he's there. Look at him go.
Yeah, no. Him, I'm trying to think of some older guys. Cooper Kupp obviously won one already, but I mean, really, it's the leaders are on defense, the veteran guys. Yeah. So, I do want. We'll get to headlines. Is that fine? Are you cool with going to headlines for now?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's that? Dude, we had the wrong banner up this entire time. That's my fault. Okay. Las Vegas Raiders hired Clint Kubiak. How do you feel?
Sad.
Okay. All right. I think Kubiak is locked in for this Super Bowl. I think he's going to have a good game plan. Now, not saying there's no way that he could have put as much energy as possible into the game plan for the Super Bowl because he was doing an interview. I'm not worried about it. Actually, believe it or not, I'm more sad for him than I am the Seahawks because I think this is this is not a good situation. If your team, people bring up, oh, they have Max Crosby, oh, they have Brock Bowers, oh, they have Jahmyr Gibbs. Who else do they have? You have three guys and a practice. Well, Mendoza now. You have four guys. You have three guys and a rookie and a practice squad around them. I mean, I could see him lasting 2 years there and getting fired. So,
yeah, I finally found an offensive coordinator I really, really enjoy, and we only keep him for 1 year.
Let's not lie. We bitched about his We bitched about his opening script a lot this year. He kicked a bunch of field goals. No, it has. It's gotten tremendous, and I think that's why the Raiders hired him. Because if it would have went like it did against the Colts in the playoffs, there's no way he's the head coach of the Raiders. I don't think he has the personality to be a head coach either. I don't
think so.
And we talked about that. The very first thing we said when we hired him, me and you were talking, and because we heard it from other people, we're not insiders, but he does not have the personality to be a head coach. He's introverted. This reminds me of the offensive Jonathan Gannon. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, that's fair. It does. I do worry about Sam, like for next year, because
I was thinking that too. That's the first thing that kind of popped in my head is like, not really, because they're going to hire a guy that wants to run the ball because that's what Mike McDonald wants to do, right? But it's like, do they hire within? Do they try to poach a guy from Minnesota? What do they do? So
yeah, I mean, Sam, a big part of why he's here is because of Clint Kubiak, and it just kind of sucks that
you trying to bring Grubb back, dude. Is that what you're trying
to do? No, not even a little bit. Nope.
I love Ryan Grubb because of what he did at UW. That's it.
No.
I think that was just such a personality clash between him and Mike McDonald. I don't think that was a Grubb problem. I don't think it was a McDonald problem either. I think that was a bad fit.
Yeah.
So, so you're sad. I'm kind of we're gonna spend all off season talking about the new offensive coordinator, obviously, possibly a new defensive coordinator, because part of me feels like he takes Dirty with him, because no one's gonna want to hire Dirty as a head coach, for one, because he has an accent. See that CVP 2000. I don't agree. I think he cares about the Super Owl a lot. So. I mean, look at the 04 Patriots when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, none of their coordinators came back. So, also another thing I'm tired of. This isn't in the headlines, but comparing the 2025 Seahawks to the 2001 Greatest Show on Turf Rams, it doesn't work. Just because the Patriots were underdogs in the Super Bowl does not mean that these teams are anything alike. The Rams weren't hungry like the Seahawks are. The Rams have been there before. The Rams were clearly an offensive team, hence the nickname Greatest Show on Turf. And, knock on wood, Drake May is not Tom Brady,
Yeah.
But Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady then either. It was, if anything, I think the 2025 Seahawks remind me a lot more of the 2001 Patriots than the 2025 Patriots do.
Yeah.
Because this is a defensive team led by a game manager. Well, we just talked about how he takes a deep shot, but he's been pretty good at managing the game throughout the playoffs. So really since the 49ers game, the second 49ers game. So 7 players in the Super Bowl were born in Washington State. Thought that was kind of cool.
Coming home, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, dude, I saw
full circle, baby.
Yeah,
I've been vindicated.
Yeah. So he's from Yakima, and I was watching a video this week, and it was from the preseason. It's when the Seahawks signed Cooper Kupp, and they go, Cooper Kupp from Yamaka, Washington, coming back home. Like, I don't know how I didn't see that before. I wanted to clip it and add it, but I'm not a graphic designer. But yeah, no, there's a few players. I want to get to one. I don't make sure I don't want this one last. So, which music acts are playing during the Super Bowl? One's the Seattle singer. So one of my dad's really good friends' niece is singing "America the Beautiful." I think it is.
Nice.
Let's look it up. Brandy Carlisle. She's from the same town as me. She went to the same high school. She's a lot older than I am. Have you heard of Brandy Carlisle? She's like a folk singer.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, she's from Ravensdale, Washington, Maple Valley, Washington, and I just thought that was cool. My dad, she's the niece of one of my dad's friends, so
that's cool.
Yeah, and then we obviously know the halftime drama. All right, so okay, I read this whole article. So
what?
So this guy in after the Patriots Super Bowl in 2014 basically is like, I'm not cutting my hair until the Seahawks win another Super Bowl. Yeah.
What?
That's him on the left, and that's him now on the right. He's aged a little, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty nuts. I hope he gets a haircut. And I don't know. God, I'm such a dick. I was gonna add it. He does have a GoFundMe. So since like the news is doing stuff on him, he's donating every bit of money or something from this GoFundMe to the Hawaii. He lives in Hawaii, to like the Boys and Girls Club of Hawaii or something. And then once he cuts his hair, he's obviously donating it to like cancer patients. So this guy's pretty cool. So that's kind of why I screenshotted it. But I did want to bring up, I haven't gotten a haircut since Christmas because of this. My wife told me last week I need a haircut, and I said no. Not until the Super Bowl. I don't have the balls of this guy. I could never do this. No matter win, lose, or draw. Well, there's no draw in the Super Bowl, but win or lose the Super Bowl, Monday, I'm getting a haircut. Monday morning.
Yeah, I actually, it's so strange. I talked to my wife right before the show, and I was like, I hope I didn't jinx the Seahawks by shaving the beard, but at least I kept the stash. So,
yeah, dude.
You know, I think we're safe.
That's total, dude. Raise hell, praise Dale. You know what I mean?
Yeehaw. Daytona 500 coming soon.
Yeah, you did that. Or what race did you do on Wednesday?
Well, I'm in 2 leagues right now, so they're in different parts of their season. But yeah, we had a Daytona 500 event a few weeks ago. Dear
pass
goodness,
in the grass. Zach did a pass in the grass, and then in the final lap, he did a wall pass. It was nuts.
Okay, yeah.
Who did the wall pass?
Ross Chastain. Yeah, Z Woods Racing on Twitch. If anybody wants to,
check it out. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's actually sweet. You can text him and mess with him during the thing. Like it
does work. I do hit the wall when I look at the chat. So
not text, I guess, but someone messaged me and said Super Bowl pick. Who do you think? Yeah, I messaged him and I was like, hey, just letting you know, I did win just as many NASCAR races as Danica Patrick, and I've crashed way less cars. I don't think you saw that.
I did. It did make me chuckle. It's one of those deals where it's like I have to concentrate and do what I'm doing. Or
yeah, I know. I feel it because it's not like this where you can just read it and be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
like you do have to
I actually have to literally look over here and then keep racing. So it's
you should join a drag racing iRacing league.
That'd be cool if they did that, but
for all you do is basically time a tree and then you race,
mash the pedal and go.
Wait for everybody else. But yeah, what do you think of this guy?
That's really cool. I'm glad that he's taking advantage of the moment and turning it into something good. So good for him. I hope they win so he gets a haircut.
Yeah. 4 or 1. You want 4 or 1? I don't know which one either one is. So actually we're going 1. This pisses me off.
Yeah, Jets fans don't feel this way. Every Jets fan I've seen, they are stoked for Sam Darnold.
But here's what I was going to bring up. Okay. This isn't like Russell Wilson going to play the 49ers in the Super Bowl after he demanded a trade to the Broncos. You guys just let him go. You didn't want him anymore.
Twice.
Twice?
Well, if you think about it, he left the Vikings. They could have had him then.
Yeah, he left the Panthers. They could have had him then. He left the 49ers. Could have had him then. I mean, yeah, you guys, your ownership group sucks. Your management sucks. Don't hate on Sam Darnold because you put him in a terrible situation.
I don't think fans feel this way. Everywhere
you think it's just Rich Eisen? Because Rich Eisen feels this way.
Every fan that I've seen, and Rich is sort of danced around it, but they're stoked for him, and they are actively rooting for the Seahawks because obviously they hate the Patriots. But at the end of the day, they know they're a very self-aware group. They absolutely know their ownership sucks and Sam didn't have a hope. And I think they would have felt the same way about Geno Smith if,
I actually forgot Geno. Yeah, we went from one Jet to the other.
Yeah.
But Geno was a second-round pick.
They would have felt the same way about Geno. So whatever. I think the media makes this a bigger story than what it actually is.
Yeah, because, a Jets fan media member came on the radio today or yesterday. I think it might have been yesterday. Talking about, this is a Jets fan nightmare. And it's like, what did Darnold do to you? Because Russell Wilson, he
got
did us. Yeah, exactly. But Russell Wilson, what he did to us. he totally said, "Hey, it's Peter, John, or me, and who are they going to choose?" Right? So he gave them an ultimatum. Sam Darnold was like, "Hey, he never said I don't want to be here. He tried his best, and it took him a while. I hate to break it to you guys. I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a bust. Why? Because he's going to a shit team, and there's shit around him. That's why these teams are drafting quarterbacks in the first round, year after year after year, because they suck, and hardly does it ever work out.
Yeah. I watched a media day interview today with Drew Lock, and they asked him, they were like, well, you look at the story of Sam and see what Sam did, how inspiring is that for you and your story and your opportunities in the NFL? Do you think you could do something like that? And he's like, right now I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that's given to me. I was here. I knew what it was like. I left, and I was very grateful to have the opportunity to come back into the fold, because being on terrible organizations does not help your career. Mm-hmm. And he goes, now I'm here. And he's like, I'm the backup. I have a role to play. And at the end of the day, if he has the opportunity to grow and get a shot to prove himself with a good team, he'll do it. But right now, this is where he's at. And he's like, to be honest, I felt that way when Gino was here. And if that opportunity comes for me like it did for Sam, that would be great. But right now, I'm okay with being on a good team. And I think the players are definitely way more vocal about the problem that the NFL has with team building, because you have draft prospects that are like, no, I'm not going out for the draft this year because they're picking, first or second.
Well, if I was Mendoza, I wouldn't go.
I wouldn't go.
And honestly, I know you're taking a huge pay cut, but I'd rather be drafted in the 20s, because you're going to a team that's semi-complete.
Well, if I know this is on brand for me, but we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders for a second. The Ravens wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders, and Shedeur told them no, because I don't want to play. I don't want to sit on the bench and wait. Meanwhile, he goes to the Browns, and look at what's happened to him. And the interactions. He's not on a good team, and he's not very good. And
okay, good. Yeah, thank you.
I was going to clarify for your sake. But then the Browns go and hire the Ravens guy, and he comes in, and their first interaction is, man, I really wanted to draft you. Looks like you're stuck with me anyway. Yeah, we're stuck together in a garbage can. That's not doing anything for either of you. Sucky teams are going to keep sucking because they want to build a Super Bowl roster around around one quarterback, where you talked about the Raiders, they have 3 good players, and they think the fix is going to be a rookie quarterback. No, that's not how you build a team. That's not how you build a team.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing is look at the best quarterbacks. I mean, really in NFL history. Joe Montana, 3rd round pick. Tom Brady, 6th round pick. Talk about Aaron Rodgers. Sat behind Favre for 3 years. He was a 1st round pick, but late in the 1st round. Patrick Mahomes sat his first year behind Alex Smith. And, people at Kansas City thought that was a wasted draft pick. Look at him. There's a reason that a lot of these, there's exceptions, right? There's Peyton Manning, and there's Andrew Luck, and there's kind of Trevor Lawrence. If it's a can't-miss prospect like that, I say John Elway, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck. You draft him. But this isn't who would you rather have? Say Mendoza was in last year's draft. Would you rather have Cam Ward or Mendoza?
At the end of the day, it matters more where they're going, right? We didn't really see Cam Ward be Cam Ward until the end of the very end of the Titans season. And it's because they're not very good. And they're going to keep not being very good. And while that happens, right, you get turnover with staff. You keep trying to build the team. Your coaches go away, and it just draws out this process that doesn't need to be this long. Like, teams need to figure out how to wind up building competent rosters and then add a quarterback behind it.
Can you entertain the audience for like?
I can. Yep, I got you, dude.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. So, there goes Joe being a good dad. New dad on the market. So, yeah, what do you guys think down in the comments in terms of like path to build an NFL team? I think at the end of the day, like, being smart about making sure you have an offensive line and things like that is super important. We talked about the Raiders, so I'll use the Raiders here for an example. They're going to go and get Mendoza as quarterback, but the biggest problem on that team is their offensive line is terrible, which I also find pretty funny because Geno Smith, his biggest complaint is like, well, nobody's blocking for me over in Seattle. And then he goes to the Raiders and they're god awful. But at the end of the day, like, in my opinion, and I would like to hear from you guys down in the comments, why don't you go trade that pick to another stupid team that wants to build the team that way and get a king's ransom and go build from the outside in. There's plenty, as we've talked about here on the show, quarterbacks who are already in the league, needing a second chance, a third chance, that could thrive in that kind of system.
All right. So sorry about that.
Yeah. So, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments in terms of team building and what you think the right way to go about it is. So let's take a look here at more news. NFL reportedly pressuring. I wanted to. I'm happy you brought this up, but I'm not happy for the emotions it's going to evoke in me. So yeah, lead this.
Me? How about a guy that lives in this goddamn city?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
I'm too. Look, I've carried the show since you've been gone, so you need to lead this bit. My shoulders are heavy.
I'll tell you what, Jody's done a hell of a job, and I was nervous. She's made every right call there possibly is since her brother died. She's the one that chose John and Pete over Russell Wilson. She's the one that chose John over Pete, and look where they are because of it. And my biggest fear, I'm not afraid about the team leaving. Look at the city right now. I realize the lease is only a couple of years left with Lumen Field. They're not leaving. The city's never going to let the team leave. This is not like, Zach, are you worried about the team leaving?
No.
No one should be. Look at the support. There's about a 20-year wait list to get season tickets for the Seahawks. They're not leaving. But what I do worry about is getting an owner that's going to be like Jerry Jones.
Me too.
So that's my biggest fear. I want an owner that I don't really know what he does all season long. He lets the football people make football decisions.
Yeah. And it sucks because Jody's done such a good job at being that person, but when the moment needs her, she's not afraid to make that decision and step into the spotlight and make the hard choices and not let a broken machine stay broken. And like, there's a difference between wanting a guy that's completely hands off, that's going to stay hands off and let a broken team run itself into the ground forever and ever, and you're content with your money and touch it because it's low maintenance, versus somebody who knows the difference of being a Jerry Jones and, in this case, being a Jody Allen, who like
I wish she could keep the team.
I wish too. Although I didn't know the details about the request for the team and what the proceeds and stuff go for, and so that's really cool. But
I don't care. I care about the Seahawks.
Yeah,
You know what I do love? They waited long enough to where they don't have to pay the city of Seattle 10% of the sale, right? Because if there was a threshold when Paul Allen bought the team, or maybe it was after he passed, that said you keep the team until date X, or else you have to give 10% of what you sell the team for to the city. And who knows what the city would have done with that? I know they wouldn't have made renovations to the stadium, right? I know that it wouldn't have gone to the Seahawks. So I don't know. I hope that, honest to God, I hope there's a workaround to where she can just get it. She can just buy it from herself. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I think that because of Paul's like requests of when you sell the team, the proceeds go to conservation efforts, philanthropy, things that he was passionate about. I think the family's going to be motivated to sell it now at its highest. You know, what a time, right? What a time to have an opening to sell a team when you're in the Super Bowl and everybody's talking about you and you've built this thing up. But it leaves a sour taste in my mouth that like this did not need to come out right now.
No, I think Robert Kraft. I think Robert Kraft leaked it.
I think so too. I do. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah,
and that's why he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer either. Just like Bill Belichick. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. And I saw a meme the other day that was like, listen, Bill Belichick waited 49 years for his girlfriend to be born. He can wait 1 year to get in the Hall of Fame.
I found it really funny that more than likely Robert Kraft kind of conspired with these writers so that he could have the spotlight, and Bill had to wait. And then now they both have to wait because he also didn't get enough votes. And at the end of the day, like, this is the crap that you're pulling so that the team can be distracted when the team's motto has been mentality over BS all year long. Like,
yeah,
good luck, dude. Good luck.
Yeah. Also, I think it's funny that, like, I don't know. It's like, if there was one team to leak it, it would be the Patriots.
Yeah.
And Roger Goodell. So I don't know if you see this. It says the team was fined $5 million for not following the league's ownership rules. For one, $5 million to an NFL team. Boo hoo. And for two, Roger Goodell came out and said that's not true.
Oh.
Yeah, I screenshot that too, but I figured I'd just talk about it. So he was asked about the sale of the Seahawks, and he said, well, Paul Allen's wish was that it was for sale. And they asked about the $5 million fine. He goes, there was no fine. Also, I think the ownership rule is weird. How I was kind of reading it, I didn't read too much into it, but it's like you can't have a trust own the team. They want like a sole owner, like a head owner. It's like, how about the Green Bay Packers?
I know. How about the Green Bay Packers? That's instantly what I think about. What the heck?
Yeah. So I was like, and I think that's the coolest thing possible.
Me too.
If you could sell, Jody should donate the $9 billion and keep them.
Yeah. At some point, like, a transaction has to happen. And if that's the workaround, then that's the workaround.
I wish they'd sell stock. Like the Packers did. That'd be sick. And then you have a chairman or a chairperson, right? Sorry, I don't know if you watch South Park. I just used a microaggression according to the PC principle. But yeah, I don't know. It just, she's done such a good job. And I didn't think she would. I thought she was going to run this thing into the ground when Paul Allen died. I heard his sister was taking over. Is that me being a bigot? You know, because I guess she's a girl, and I was like, oh, I don't know if a girl should run the team. She's done a good job as Paul Allen has. She didn't have to deal with as much as Paul Allen did when he took over the team. But, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, who would come out here and buy this team?
Jeff Bezos. Like, he's from Seattle-based business, but I don't want him to buy the team. I don't want a big name buying the team.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's going to fly on. I want it to be some guy from Microsoft who nobody's ever heard of.
Steve Ballmer.
See, he's kind of gotten himself in some shady stuff with the Clippers, because that was the first name that popped into my head when Paul Allen died, right? I don't know. I just wish he could keep the team. Yeah,
I'm just kind of scrolling through right now, a bunch of names. Yeah.
Steve W5K3M says, has Bob Kraft found a decent rub and tug in Frisco yet? I'm not sure. I'd assume that's kind of first. Agenda number 1 was finding a Thai massage parlor. Agenda number 2 was throwing the Seahawks game plan off. So,
former Starbucks chairman Howard Schultz is never mind.
Okay, I thought you were being serious. I'm like, shut up. Could you imagine if Howard Schultz bought the team? I'd riot, dude. I'd be like, "Are you?"
There would be riots in the streets. Absolutely.
There already is right now. But
well,
no, there'd be listen, I'm anti-riot. I will riot. I would riot if Howard Schultz bought the team. I'd be like, "Yep, sign me up, dude." That's a nightmare. I don't think he has enough to buy it.
This is such a shame that, like, I was so happy to see her in her moment raise the flag for the NFC Championship game, like surrounded by legends of this team, and it just really was like this awesome moment for her. That's probably going to be it. Like, if they don't win this Super Bowl, that'll be what we see of Jody Allen.
Yeah, and she's done a lot. She's made the right moves, like I said. I mean, trusting John, trusting not in Russell Wilson, right? Because the GM can't just be like, go up to Jody Allen. Oh, hey, by the way, we traded our franchise quarterback last week. Just giving you a heads, just letting you know after the fact. So, I don't know. I hope it's a group. It's going to be a group from Seattle. I hope they're not on any lists that have came out lately. So, yeah. Let's let all these files come out before we sell this team. How about that? I don't need any of that going on. So, yeah.
I
don't know. Anything else? Any final thoughts?
Gonna be a fun game.
I'm nervous. I'm
excited.
Like I said, it didn't feel real till Monday. Once I heard them on Radio Row talking about the Super Bowl, everybody talking about the Super Bowl, that's when I was like, oh shit, this is real. This is happening this weekend, So, what you looking up?
Hot take.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, you have one. Nice.
Yeah. My hot take is going to be for Super Bowl MVP. And it's not going to be Anthony Bradford. I saw somebody put like $50 on him to win $1 million. Did you see that on Twitter?
No.
Somebody put like 50. It was either 50 or $500 for Anthony Bradford to win Super Bowl MVP, to win like $2 million. So, hate to break it to you, you just threw away. I mean, has an offensive lineman ever won MVP? I don't think so. Watch him actually win, and watch that guy buy a nice new house. Mine's DeMarcus Lawrence. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to win Super Bowl MVP, and that's kind of a hot take. I think he's going to have a strip sack and then another sack and probably a tackle for loss. I don't know why. I just feel like he's going to be the game wrecker as DeMarcus Lawrence is on Sunday.
My hot take makes me sad.
Don't do it.
It doesn't have anything to do about old man quarterbacks. So,
well, don't do it. If this means us losing, you better not. I will.
No, it means
through that screen.
It means us winning.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's because of a cryptic tweet that happened this past week
I didn't see it.
with Leonard Williams. And Leonard Williams is currently under contract through this year. And he posted a tweet, and it was titled "The Last Dance" post.
No.
I think if they win the Super Bowl, he retires.
Dude, no way.
Yep.
This is not his last year under contract. Is it?
Yep. In 2020. Well, was it a 2-year or 3-year deal?
3
I know
years.
he signed in 2024.
Yeah, he's got another year.
I think he would retire.
I don't. I really don't. That is a hot take. I get
it's a hot take.
The segment is hot take, but
it would make me sad. I think in all reality, a less hot take is DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, just calls it quits. Like, he climbed the mountain, joined a new team, won Super Bowl, done.
Yeah, dude, Super Bowl MVP. He's gonna have a Von Miller game. That's what he's gonna have.
Yeah.
Look at now.
Uchenna Nwosu comes out of the woodwork, gets 3 sacks, wins Super Bowl MVP.
I was thinking that, dude. I was playing Madden the other day, and I was like, who would... That's when I picked Marcus Lawrence to win MVP, but I was like, who would... Boye Mafe getting a huge payday for one game. The Raiders will sign him. They do that. They just sign Super Bowl MVPs. Dude, number 53, Seahawks win Super Bowl MVP. It's been done before. So...
You know, like, who can have like a Malcolm Butler kind of game?
Drake Thomas, if he
Drake
plays.
Thomas.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious. Like, it could be Drake Thomas. Like, could you imagine Drake Thomas like getting a pick and then causing a fumble on a kickoff?
I'm gonna be honest, no.
Like,
I could imagine Ernest Jones doing it. I couldn't imagine Drake Thomas doing it.
Well, I just think you pick a random dude that can just kind of come out of the woodwork and win Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
Drake Thomas doesn't sound too big of a wild pick. I don't think anybody on the Seattle needs to break the tight end curse and just like feed Barner like 3 touchdowns.
Dude, watch Arroyo just win Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, like the barnyard gets a touchdown and then he gets 2 receiving touchdowns. He wins Super Bowl MVP.
Nah, dude, Eric Saubert's gonna win Super Bowl MVP. Malcolm Smith was weird though, because he was like in the right place at the right time. Like, that interception he had was because Cliff Averill tipped it. The interception he had in the NFC Championship, he was just standing there. Do you remember that? When Sherman tipped the ball, he was just like, oh, wow, this hit me right in the chest.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good little article. Unheralded, this is from Seattle Sports. Unheralded Seahawks and Patriots who could impact the Super Bowl. Seattle's first person on this list, Drake Thomas.
DT42.
Michael Dixon, I'm sorry, I do not want to see you on the field at all. George Holani.
Nah, he's going to be on the field. Dixon's going to be on the field a lot, holding for PATs.
I don't think George Holani should get too many opportunities. I think you've preserved Kenneth Walker for this moment.
Last game of the year, Zach can't hold anything back now.
Last game under this contract, run him into the earth. Like, yeah. He wants to get paid. Go, win it. Do awesome things.
Big Christian Haynes Super Bowl MVP game. Oluwatimi is going to come out of the woodwork.
Let's go.
I don't know. Yeah. What's your score? We'll get out of here.
Score for the Super Bowl. I think Seattle wins the Super Bowl. Man. $31-13. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All year I've been scared. I'm not that person anymore.
Mine's 27-13. So same ballpark. That sucks. I wish you would have said something different than me. You got nothing. But with that, you got anything else? Or are we good?
No. Go check out Cliff if you want your stuff. But
post that again. It's right here. It's on the screen. Fabric 83D $DD_reference equals.
There it is. Just look up Fabric 83 on Etsy. He's there.
I tried to find it. I couldn't on Google. So
he just launched it. So it's not going to show up on a Google search. You're going to need to go on Etsy and actually look him up. Or use the link.
Good luck with that. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for everybody that commented. Fifth River Rat. Good, I guess. Unless you're talking, I don't know. They've kind of ruined my life too. Look at me. Look behind me right now. I get it. They've ruined a lot of people's lives. Don't worry. All right, guys. Take it easy. Go Hawks. We'll see you next Tuesday.
We did not care